Hello everyone, welcome back to another Wild Rift video. Today we're going to be playing Ambessa in the Baron lane. After the rework, she's now a pretty solid Baron lane champion, I would say. The first few levels might be a little bit tough because you don't have that many abilities to dash around and be a real big annoyance, but there are some buffs to her kit which make her very, very powerful. If you want to watch Baron lane, feel free to stick on by. But if you want to watch jungle gameplay, I will be showing off jungle Ambessa, which actually got a huge buff as well right after this gameplay. I'm also going to be running Grasp of the Undying as well, since I'm also against the Dr. Mundo, so I can also proc Grasp pretty easily. I can get a few trades off, proc Grasp, and have a lot more sustain during the laning phase. The one big downside of Ambessa in the laning phase is that she's not that powerful when it comes to being able to trade early game. Saying I am having a pretty decent doing a pretty decent job against this Dr. Mundo at the moment, but when you're playing against more of these bruisers like maybe Aatrox, Darius can also be a really bad matchup. It gets a little bit difficult to try and trade and try and, you know, proc your Grasp and try and do a lot of damage. But I might be able to kill, or I maybe should have ignited a little bit earlier. That's fine. Can I look for a dive here, maybe? I don't know. It's a little bit risky. Dr. Mundo has to go back to base. So I'm going to keep pushing this lane and keep hitting him under threat of staying in lane. If he goes back to base now, he's going to lose a lot of minions. Yep, he's going to lose a lot of minions. Not too sure if I can get a plating here. I don't think I can because it's too early on in the game. I'll try and do a little bit of damage. I can't really go back for anything unless I clear these minions quickly and I go back for boots. Actually very surprised with how much damage you do as Ambessa in early game though. Oh, look at that, even like the short little trades like that. I took a tower shot by accident. Need to be a little bit careful with that. I do have my ultimate soon, so I can actually stay for my ultimate. Problem is, I have no way to really stop his... Yeah, that's just going to happen. Oh, what? I mean, the CC doesn't come on through because it's Dr. Mundo, but the damage does. What was that damage? That was a crazy amount of damage. I guess the armor pen came in handy there. That was me without even an item. I really want to push this wave, actually. Quickly push this wave and then go back. Oh, God. He's probably going to kill me, isn't he? Oh, maybe not. Nope, he's not going to be able to kill me. Good stuff. Very, very good start. What boots should we get this game? I guess it's just armor boots. Mundo does do a little bit of AP damage, but I think armor boots is a lot better this game. Kindred, Twitch. AP boots are also not that bad either. I could have also played aggressive and gone like Vamp boots. Needs to be careful because Kindred might look to invade here, yeah. Kindred's going to look to invade and try and take this this camp, yeah. He's going for it now. He's going for the invade, trying to take the camp. I'm not too sure what Dr. Mundo's doing. I mean, I can just free hit him at this point. I'm so far ahead that I can do so much damage. I took a tower shot again. I keep... Oh, no, that's not good. Am I okay? Not enough damage, unfortunately. I need to be careful. I'm dashing into towers so many times. I think I've taken like 3 or 4 tower shots already this game.
My place in this world.
No ultimate, but there is the crab. We'll just keep the pressure up on this Dr. Mundo. I think one of the strongest things though about this rework is actually the cast speed on the third ability. The cast speed on the third ability now is really, really nice. Nice. Can we get 2 here? I think we can kill him as well. Maybe not. Okay, he still has ulti. I'll just go back for Eclipse. I'm not going to risk going for the dive. I do have ulti, but he has his passive. Problem is, I have no way to proc his passive, so there's no way of me knocking him up with my ultimate. I just have to go in with my ulti and hope that I do enough burst damage. But Eclipse is definitely going to help me out with that. Kendra's up here right now. Dragon is up. My jungler's going for Dragon. Looks like enemy jungle is also going for Dragon. Or maybe Rift Herald. Not too sure. Enemy jungler might be going for Rift Herald, so I'm going to quickly ward this just in case. Oh no, no one's here. The Scuttle Crab is bot side though. Kindred needs to take this Scuttle, so I'm actually going to deny away the Scuttle Crab here to make sure Kindred doesn't get any more mocks. I'm just go back against this Dr. Mundo. He has heart still, but I'm 1,000 gold ahead, so I don't think it actually means anything. Also a level ahead as well. I can just grab this. See how much damage I can do. Not a lot. Unlucky. Kindred's also there though. He might look to try and dash over the wall or something. Yeah. Oh, what? Not too sure what that guy was doing. Can we do enough damage? Yes, we can. Kill this guy as well. Okay, well. Orianna and Lulu over the wall. I guess I shouldn't have overextended there. I didn't realize that Orianna and Lulu were both there. Missed the ulti there from the Varus, but I think that's okay. Missed knock up by the Ornn as well. Can we do anything here? Evelyn might have a little bit of a difficult time against the Lulu. I think they should just take the Rift Heralds. They don't really need to fight. They just need to take Rift Heralds. I'm going to go top here. I'm hoping that my team will be able to take the mid lane tower and I can try and take top tower. And someone goes bot lane maybe? Oh, Mundo's going to die as well. My goal this game is to try and ulti Orianna. I can't do enough. This guy's not going to do enough damage. Oh, really nice. My god, this Orianna damage is crazy. What are we doing here? This doesn't look like a good idea. No, this looks like a terrible idea, team. What are we doing? I have no Kindred ulti. It's my ulti. It's fine. Mid tower? Okay, I guess I'm going back to bot. Nice. I don't have any energy. I have nothing at all to be able to kill that. This Orianna is 7-0. I really need to find a way to get onto this Orianna. And also, I need some magic resist this game as well. This Orianna is going to be a big problem late game. Already 7-0. My god. I think I'm going to go more third item this game. Because Orianna is only the real big threat. Twitch also does a bit of AP damage as well. Orianna's going to get this bot wave. Orianna has 9.2k gold. It's more than my ADC. I thought my ADC was fed. Oh, he did just get a triple kill, I guess. I love how quick the third ability is now. It just makes it so much more seamless when you're jumping around and doing your combos. They might look to kill me here, but the dragon's up in a few seconds, so as long as I split push here, my team can try and take dragon. Nice. I live as well. I should be able to dodge that. Dodge that. Oh my god. Mundo, you made a mistake, but oh my god. The movement to dodge the cleavers, the 1v2. Oh, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful 1v2 there. I don't think any of them two had anti-heal either, so my healing from my ultimate passive now is just going to help me out so much. It might be very risky to stay though. I do kind of want a little bit more gold for more. There we go. We got more of my Mortius on base. I'm going to pick my team to go back because I have an item on base. I now have the same gold as Orianna. So my goal this game is to basically jump on Orianna and kill her as quick as possible. That is my goal. If I can get onto Orianna, then pretty good. Kindred might try and look to steal this jungle camp, so I'm actually going to stay here. Just in case. Yep, let's see. Nice. Really, really nice. So I know the Kindred mark is in my enemy jungle, and I know it's on that side of the map. So if I stay there, and if I wait for the Kindred to walk up and try and take away the mark, then you know it's free. I have my ulti to lock him down. Problem is that I don't have ulti for Orianna now. Okay, nice. We got the Orianna. We can do Baron now. This Baron should be free. Twitch might come in invisible here, but I think it's completely fine. Yeah, can't do enough. They just can't kill me. I have just so much healing, and none of them have anti-heal, do they? A lot of people don't actually understand. Like, when you play against Ambessa now, you need to build anti-heal. If you don't build anti-heal against Ambessa, you're just going to keep on dying. You need to build anti-heal against this champion now. I have ulti in 5 seconds. Maybe I can try and catch someone with... Oh, he's going to steal this. I don't use ulti here on Mundo. That was another champion I probably would have jumped in. I'm going to go back for stasis. What do we go for next? Probably Sterix. Just get as much AD as possible. The thing that you also need to note now with Ambessa's abilities is that her AD scaling went up by a lot. Like, your second ability has 120%, oh sorry, 80% bonus in damage. Your third ability has 65% bonus in damage. And then your Q has like 30, 60% bonus, 45% bonus. Like, you do so much bonus damage now. It's absolutely crazy. Can I kill this Lulu? Oh, yes, I can. Should be able to escape as well. Beautiful. If I had W back up, I would have tried to do something here, but I don't. I can't do anything here. Okay. Somehow Evelyn got in range to get the taunt on through. No idea how he did that, but... Mundo, I don't think you kill me, my friends. I do actually need anti-heal myself. I'm talking about buying anti-heal, and I need to anti-heal myself. How much? Oh my god, I've dealt 1.2k damage with Grasp, which is actually quite a lot. Dragon is up. Is that our soul? Yeah, we should just take the dragon here. I'm talking myself about anti-heal, but, you know, the enemy taking anti-heal and then make a mistake. I'm kind of making a mistake by not building anti-heal this game as well. Since they have a Dr. Mundo. Even without anti-heal, I can still do so much burst damage. We should be fine. I'm so tanky, actually, it's crazy. Careful, Zyra. I have ulti in 5 seconds. I want to try and jump on the Orianna. Or Lulu works. Lulu also works. And that should be GG. Oh my god, the Evelyn damage as well. GG's, there we go. Ambessa Baron lane in the meta for the first time in Wild Rifts. Really, really nice game. I'm just so surprised how much damage I did to Mundo with ulti. Kind of annoying matchup because, like I said, you don't have any CC to stop his passive. So it's like the only way that you have CC is your ulti, and obviously knockups are very, very important. Very, very important. Let's see how much damage we dealt in the end. MVP 10-5. I think I'm on a crazy win streak at the moment with Ambessa top. Such a fun champion to play. 46,000 damage this game. Crazy. If I didn't build more this game, I would have died to this Orianna for sure. 46,000 damage. Grasp, you can see there how much healing I received, how much health I was able to increase. I think it's really a decision whether you want Grasp or Conqueror, one or the other. Both of them work completely fine, I think, in Baron lane, but Grasp just gives you more sustain. The shorter trade's a lot better. Look at sudden impact damage as well. 2.3k sudden impact damage. Crazy game. GG's. Now, after that really solid game in the Baron lane, I'm now going to be talking about Ambessa Jungle. This is one of the games that I played on stream, and I'm going to be showing you how you can play Ambessa Jungle, what's changed with Ambessa Jungle as well, and why it's still viable in the meta. I think the big thing to talk about at first is Riot's goal with the rework was to basically kill Ambessa Jungle and make her more of a Baron lane champion. They succeeded with one of them things. They made her a much more viable Baron lane champion, but now she's one of the strongest junglers to play in the current meta. And one of the reasons for that is her jungle clear is now actually quicker than what it was before, because her passive, even though it doesn't do percent health damage anymore, they buffed the base damage by a lot, so your auto attacks are going to do a lot more damage. The first ability did get nerfed a little bit in terms of the base damage, but now the first ability has the percent health damage instead of your passive, which overall just means that it's just equal, like it didn't really get touched at all. They did try and limit how much maximum health damage you do in the jungle. I think it's like 50 to 250 based on your level, but again, that doesn't really matter too much. And then things like the third ability got buffed, the second ability got buffed, both of them in terms of damage, and the third ability's cast speed is now quicker than what it was before. So it just means that you can use your ability, get back out, and auto attack and use your other abilities much quicker. And as I mentioned, it just means that Ambessa Jungle is now a lot more viable than what she was before. Now, the one thing that I was kind of curious about, and really I was a little bit problematic about, was the passive. Of course, the reset mechanic is supposed to really generally mean that, like, the reset mechanic and playing jungle wasn't really meant to be, you know, shouldn't really have been implemented in the game in the first place, in my opinion. But that's what made Ambessa Jungle so powerful, is that you can jump in and then you get resets with your abilities over and over again if you get a takedown. Then removing that, everyone was like, even myself, I was like, oh, I'm not really too sure. If they remove that passive, it means that Ambessa doesn't really have the reset mechanic, the engage potential of being able to go in. So I think that surprised me a lot, that the changes to her ultimate, giving it both armor pen and spell vamp, is actually still doing well, even without the reset mechanic, where I thought it was going to be a huge downside. But now Ambessa's playstyle, there's a lot more counterplay potential. because the second ability, you can now block crowd control, which I think is a huge buff to the second ability, of course, as well as extra damage. I try and invade here the Nunu, but I think I just wasted time. Did I waste time? Oh no, Nunu was bot lane. I remember this. I thought the Nunu would go up to the walls, but unfortunately he didn't, but he went around instead and went for the gank. But I try and counter gank anyway, and I think I just land my ultimate just. Oh, this is beautiful. Your ultimate now does so much more damage than before, and I was just briefly saying, like I said, there's a lot more counterplay potential and there's a lot more outplay potential now with Ambessa, with the way that she works. Because she doesn't have the reset mechanic, you have to be very, very careful when using your abilities, and of course if you miss your abilities, then that cooldown that you're going to be getting with your abilities means that you're just going to be auto attacking over and over again, which means you're not going to be able to do that much damage. So timing your abilities is very important now. But also landing your ultimate is now more important than ever. Your ultimate does a lot of damage, a crazy amount of damage. And it's really important to land that, because the armor penetration that you have on top with your passive, plus jumping in with your ultimate, which does more damage now. Ambessa's become more of like a burst bruiser rather than like this reset mechanic assassin like she was before. Overall, I think her kind of burst damage has gone up, but maybe her sustained damage, I guess you can say, or damage over time with not having a reset mechanic anymore is, you know, definitely gone down. But I'm very surprised. You know, I thought that they were going to do a lot more in terms of nerfing Ambessa Jungle. I tried her clear speed as soon as she got reworked, and I was like, wait, this is pretty much the same, if not even better than it was before. And I was thinking, is the ultimate nerf with the reset mechanic going to be enough for Ambessa to not be played in the jungle? And instead it just got into a situation where the champion is just so powerful that you're able to jump in, do a bunch of burst damage, kill someone, and even though you don't have the reset mechanic, you now are a little bit more tankier, that you can stay in them fights and you can auto attack and do a, you know, still wait for your cooldowns and still be able to use your combo of your abilities a second time over. Of course, the spell vamp of course helps out as well with that. So when you're jumping in with your ultimate, when you're using your abilities, the spell vamp is very important. I already mentioned in the previous gameplay, but if you don't buy anti-heal against Ambessa, you're making a very huge mistake. You need to build anti-heal now when you're playing against Ambessa, because of the inbuilt healing that she has on her ultimates. And yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I think the way that this champion works just is so good for Wild Rift, because of the mobile controls and how quickly you can press buttons and move around, and how easy it is to move and use abilities at the same time. It's not difficult on PC League, because on PC League you're trying to right click your mouse and move, as well as pressing your abilities and making sure that you tap in the right direction. Whereas Wild Rift, it's more based on just moving your joystick in a certain direction, which of course is a lot easier. You're seeing that this game, I'm basically, all I'm doing is just farming up, just trying to get the opportunity right. And there you go. I find the right opportunity to jump straight in onto Nami. I actually dashed the wrong way though, which was a little bit unfortunate. The Nami dashing away is also pretty annoying. You can see that even if you use your abilities and you waste them, they're on low enough cooldown sometimes that you can start to use them again. But sometimes you need to make a decision where do you want to use an ability to gap close, do you want ability to disengage, or do you want the ability to deal damage? You can see here where you can use your W to your advantage. I have to say, like, I keep on saying, like, some of these changes to Ambessa are really strong. Like the third ability, having increased cast speed, I think is a crazy good buff. But the second ability, now you get immune to CC, is just absurd. You could just do things like that. You gain a shield and then you're completely immune to CC. I'm going to chase down the Darius here. You can see that I'm just going to push the mid lane. I don't think we can chase the Darius at all. Just going to go back to base and buy the Trinity Force. In terms of the build actually hasn't changed in jungle, and I mentioned this previously, but the reason why you build Eclipse in Baron lane is because you're trading a lot more. The shield comes in handy and the extra burst damage comes in handy. But Trinity Force is a lot better in jungle because you just gain a lot more bonus stats. You gain the attack speed. The Sheen passive helps with your jungle clear. The big thing is you want to look at items that help your jungle clear, not just for fights. Of course, Trinity Force is still very good for fights, but you also want to look for items that help you with your jungle clear speed. Sheen passive, as I just mentioned, attack speed with Stinger, The AD that you get as well from the item is just very, very good. Unfortunately, I just missed that, which is a little bit unlucky. I need to wait here for the Nami to use Tidal Wave, but Lucian just accepted his death. He might have been able to escape that, but maybe not. I was waiting to use my W there just in case Nami used her wave or a bubble, and I can use my second ability to stop that as well. I think they actually didn't nerf the first ability too much. I think if you don't hit someone on the outer edge, it's definitely nerfed, but it's one of the things that if you do hit an enemy on the outer edge, then the damage pretty much has stayed the same. You see, I'm pretty much even in terms of experience with the Nunu. Of course, Nunu's jungle clear speed is pretty fast, but I'm like 900 gold ahead, which is pretty good. Oh, I remember this game now. I remember this game now. My Misfortune got dove and ganked a few too many times and then decided to just, yeah, do some stuff. She got a kill there, but my Misfortune in this game got a little bit tilted and just started to farm my jungle camps. You'll see this throughout the game. I completely forgot that this was this gameplay that I was showing you, because I had this gameplay from a few days ago, but yeah, my Ambessa didn't like that maybe I didn't gank her lane, even though I did a few times, but I was just a little bit unfortunate most of the time, and the timing was the timings were a little bit off. Like the first gank when Nunu went for the tower dive instead, which was a little bit unlucky because I thought the Nunu was on walls, but instead he was ganking. As you can see, Misfortune is kind of inting and running it down. So this could be one of them games where Misfortune is inting or someone on your team is inting, and you just have to make sure you stay calm in these scenarios and make sure that you try your best to try and solo carry yourself, which we'll see later on in the game. There was pretty sure this is the game where there was like a huge combo that we was able to do in the late game to be able to carry the fight. But you'll see this Misfortune over and over again, just split push, just ignore team fights. It's really difficult to play when you have players like this on your team. If a player is just ignoring team fights, split pushing, not helping your team at all, especially when it's your AD carry as well, that's supposed to be like the main damage dealer, the main carry on your team. So when that happens to you, it becomes very disheartening and very difficult to try and carry yourself. You can see here in bot lane that Misfortune's already in bot lane, and yeah, she's dead again because she pushed up underneath the tower. But maybe we can collapse on this. Get onto the Nunu as well is pretty nice. I had to try and I just burst the Darius in time, but the Katarina is, yeah, jumping over the wall. I think this Katarina is also pretty fed on the enemy team as well. So it's one of them games where I think when you're playing Ambessa, you need to make sure that you focus the right carry with your ultimate. If you ultimate the wrong person, then you're not going to be very useful at all. You can see I'm not going for the dragon because there's no point really going for this dragon. It's much better to play for the third dragon instead. If they get 2 dragons, it's fine. Most of my team is dead already. There's no point risking my whole life and risking my tempo just to try and, you know, steal a dragon that might not even mean anything later on. No one's going mid lane for some reason as well. I have 3 of my teammates in bot lane, Misfortune, Aatrox, and Vladimir, so they're able to just get the mid lane tower for free, which is a little bit unfortunate. I'm going to try and defend the top lane at least. At this point, I'm thinking, can I kill the Darius? Can I solo the Darius? And I think I actually try and go for this in the end. Aatrox is also here, so I'm just hiding in a bush, waiting to use my ultimate at the right time. Oh, I missed it. Whoops. Hey, sometimes the ultimate is a little bit difficult to hit. Oh, there you go. Misfortune's dead again. Classic. Misfortune pushes bot lane with no tower and dies again. And this is one of the reasons why, as an AD carry, you do not go inside lane. Oh, Aatrox also died. When you're playing AD carry, as soon as your tower is down or as soon as the laning phase is over, you just go to mid lane. It's completely pointless to be able to go for anything else. Because when you go to bot lane, you have no tower to defend you, then you're just going to get run down. I actually make a really good play here, I think. I think this is where I catch the Lucian out, yeah. We catch the Lucian and the Nami out here because I was able to catch them just over the wall there to be able to get them. Ulti onto Lucian. Oh my god, I didn't even get the dash over the wall, but it's fine. Vladimir is also pretty fed this game. Once Vladimir gets 3 items, we know the game is going to be pretty over. I saw the Lucian and Nami in mid lane, and I saw them walking down to bot lane. So I said to myself, if I stand in this bush and if I play around the vision, then I can try and do my best to try and burst them down. As you can see, Misfortune just in the top lane again, and Misfortune is probably going to die to this Darius again. Oh, and there's 3 people there as well. Oh, that is that's a little bit unlucky from the Aatrox, but we don't really have any vision. And at this point, it's just, yeah, it's very difficult to even defend anything because we can't do Baron. I think they're doing Baron at this point. I try and stop them from doing Baron, or do I just take mid lane? Yeah, I just take mid lane wave here. It's very hard for me to stop Baron. Again, one of the things, like, when you know that when the objective is gone, sometimes it's better to just farm the enemy jungle or farm your own jungle and stay with how much gold you have rather than risking yourself and risking your life to steal a Baron. Because here I could have gone for the Baron steal, and it's very unlikely that I get the Baron steal with Smite. So instead of doing that, we get bot lane tower, which means we get a bit of gold, and also I invade the enemy jungle camp. So sometimes that decision there can be a little bit difficult to judge, but if you have 2 or 3 of your teammates that are dead and it's like a 3 versus 5, you know at that point that it's best to just farm your jungle and just try your best to basically stay alive. Really nice ultimate here from the Seraphine, and we was able to follow up on the Lucian as well. And oh my god, like this combo is so disgusting. When you get a Seraphine ulti going off and then Ambessa to follow that as well, the enemy finds it very, very difficult. I tried to survive against the Katarina, but this Katarina is very, very feds. And yeah, you can see here that the Katarina is doing crazy damage. I don't even know. Okay, at least Vladimir got the kill. I think Vladimir also got a shutdown there as well. Yeah, so at least our Vladimir is getting kills again. As I mentioned, it's kind of a 4 versus 5 game. You can see we're like 10 kills down already, even though we're 4-1. I'm like 1,000 gold ahead still. And at this point, I'm thinking to myself, even though it's a 4 versus 5, we have Vladimir scaling, we have the Seraphine ultimate as the potential. I still scale pretty well into the late game as well. So I think there was still an opportunity to, you know, at this point of the game, I'm still thinking to myself, there's still an opportunity to try and win this game. For me, it's just to do with timing, knowing when to use my ultimate and, you know, dashing in and making sure that I try and burst someone as quick as possible. And of course, making sure I stay ahead on farm as well, making sure I keep farming over and over again. But look at my Misfortune in the top left-hand corner, just farming my jungle camps. I guess Misfortune has this entire mid lane wave to take, but instead this guy just decides to completely troll and try and take my jungle camps instead. But this is just like, it's so sad to see people do this. Like, I mean, why does Misfortune not just take the whole mid lane mini wave here? Like, why do people give up too easily on this game? Way too easily on this game. It's like, if you're getting focused and if you're getting ganked in bot lane, yes, it sucks, but just don't give up. Like, you could be mad at someone. You could be mad at me, for example, for not ganking your lane enough, or, you know, mistiming the ganks or something, but you can still actually play the game and still, you know, perform very well. We see again, like, we got a kill onto the Darius. I unfortunately died for it, but oh my god, this Vladimir is so fed though. 4 versus 5, 1 fight, which is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. And they can take the dragon for it as well. So there we go. We didn't risk our life for the second dragon. So instead, we take this dragon. Oh, Nunu was there. It wasn't a 4 versus 5. Maybe it was a 4 versus 4 because Nunu was trying to take the dragon the whole time. Bit of a big misplay here by the enemy team, because they could have just taken dragon there and could have got dragon soul, but instead they went for the dive and they tried to invade when they had no one else around them. And we get a big win. Look at that. Misfortune split push. Gets an inhibitor tower. Wow. Crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I was thinking of buying Repulse in this game because there's not a lot of people that can actually stop Katarina's ultimate, except for Seraphine ulti and Aatrox sweet spot. They're the only 2 champions that can actually stop them. This Katarina is getting very annoying, as you can tell. Oh my god. Oh, okay, you didn't see that. Oh. We're just gonna pretend like we didn't see that. Okay, guys. All right, we just pretend we didn't see that, and we move on. We swiftly move on. Nothing else. Nothing to see there. Nothing to see at all. It's fine. No, our split push Misfortune will surely win this, right? They got Baron again. They got Baron for the 2nd time this game already. That was my mistake, though. I shouldn't have gone for that. I was trying to get Katarina when she was really low on HP, but I completely fucked up. Should have just left it. I didn't die there. Baron probably doesn't get taken, and we're probably still in a fine spot. I think we're still in an okay spot, though, like I said, because we have the Vladimir getting fed mid lane.
I will never stumble.
I'm still getting pretty fed as well. We need to try and look for a pick. You can see that all these fights that we've been winning at the moment has just been by getting picks with Seraphine ulti and also my ultimate on top of that as well. So as long as we can get another pick like we have been the whole time. For some reason this Nunu flashes forward, which is absolutely... I have no idea what this guy is doing, by the way. That's the craziest ultimate I think I've seen in a long time. But look at that. Oh, the combo onto the Katarina. The Seraphine ulti on top of my ulti again. Such a clean combo. And again, we win a 4 versus 5, but I think it's more of the enemy's team's mistakes rather than, you know, my mistakes. Darius here going to die as well. And now we can just push mid. Actually, no, Elder Drake's up. I think we take Elder Drake at this point. But for some reason, like, somehow we are winning these 4 versus 5 fights. I don't know how, but we're just winning them time and time again. Katarina is here, so we need to be a little bit careful, but my team does a really good job here. This is something that I see not a lot of people do, but you can see that my team is zoning the Katarina away from the dragon, so I can actually take it. So the Vladimir and Aatrox are standing just above the dragon, and it means that they can zone Katarina away. So sometimes what you've seen in lower elos is everyone just groups on the dragon and tries to do as much damage as possible to the dragon, whereas it's sometimes a lot better to actually zone them. Like the Aatrox, the Vladimir can look to step up and zone the Katarina or zone the enemy jungler, so then they can't actually make their way into the Baron pit. So that's an important tip there. If you're playing like a bruiser or even a tank, sometimes it's better to ignore the dragon and don't do damage to the dragon, and instead try and zone the enemy jungle and try and distract the enemy jungle so your team can actually secure the dragon. Because if we were all auto attacking the dragon there, and if we were all doing damage to the dragon, Katarina can just easily walk in, use all her abilities, maybe steal the dragon, and maybe kill us all as well. Maybe the game gets, you know, maybe the game's over by then. So really nice play there from Aatrox and the Vladimir. It's good that I have these two players, to be fair. The Aatrox and the Vladimir, even the Seraphine's also performing pretty well. It's just unfortunate we have one person on our team that's just, yeah, a bit mental boomed, I guess you could say is the right word. A little bit of a mental boomage. That's completely fine. Baron is up in 30 seconds. We haven't done anything with this Elder Drake. I just realized, like, watching this game back, we actually didn't do anything with this Elder Drake. We took Elder Drake and the enemy team just played so passive and we didn't do anything at all, and instead we die. Two people die mid lane and get caught, so I have to make like a hero play here. I'm camping the bush here trying to make a hero play, seeing if someone walks up and I can try and burst someone down because I still have Elder Drake. That's exactly what I go for. I try and make the hero play, and the stasis timing there to stop the whole Katarina ulti was... Oh, the timing there on the stasis was so clean. Oh my god, that was beautiful. The timing of the stasis. If I didn't stasis at that exact moment, I probably would have been dead. Darius comes as well. I think, yeah, Elder Drake's gone, but that's fine. Misfortune finally joins the team fight. Look at that. When it's a 5 versus 5, or when Misfortune joins the team fight, she can actually do some damage. Really nice play. Like I said, that timing there was really important. I don't think I missed my ultimate there. My plan was I used my second ability on Katarina, I proc the Crown of the Shattered Queen, and then I used my ultimate afterwards. I think the mistake I made is I didn't wait long enough. The shield was still on Katarina, and I didn't wait long enough. Or maybe I missed it. Maybe I have to watch back and see if I missed it or not. Because I think my plan was I W and then ulti, and it would make sure that I can do... I need 500 gold. And then I knock up the Katarina, but I didn't knock her up, unfortunately, which is a little bit sad. You can see I'm walking around. Even though we took Baron, I'm trying to get the Twin Guard, because Twin Guard for me is very important. But for some reason, like, people are taking my... Like, everyone's taking my jungle camps this game. All I needed was one more jungle camp. I can go back to base and get Twin Guard. Twin Guard is such a huge upgrade now for Ambessa. I think Twin Guard is actually more important now with Ambessa than what it was before. Whereas Ambessa before was all about her resets and just trying to use abilities over and over again. Now Ambessa might be in the middle of a fight and you might get like completely caught out. But then Twin Guard gives you that extra tankiness and extra sustain. I mean, you can see the rest of my whole team's winning this fight. I probably shouldn't have gone back to base at this point, but I thought that my team was going to back. They didn't go back. They still won the fight anyway. And I think that is the end of this game. So there you go. You can see that Ambessa Jungle is actually stronger now than what she was before, which is a sentence that I did not think I would be making, especially with the changes that they did and the plans that they said that they had originally with the rework. Because if you remember, Ambessa's rework was announced right the way back in patch 6.1 preview. They said, we don't want Ambessa Jungle to be a thing anymore. We want Ambessa to be more of a Baron lane champion. What they do, they make Ambessa Baron lane viable, which is good, but they now made Ambessa Jungle even stronger than what she was before. So you can still try her out and give her a try. And you can see here, yeah, I'm going to report this misfortune. Because this misfortune was not very fun. 27,000 damage in the end. Not too bad. I probably could have done a bit more damage that game. But my goal that game was to really farm as much as possible. Because I had an inting player on my team and a player that was trolling. As long as you keep up to speed in terms of the farm and experience, you can stay on the same gold, if not more gold than the enemy jungle, and you can still be a main carry. But hopefully you enjoyed the 2 videos in this video. Let me know what you think. As always, make sure you tune into the next one. Take care, enjoy, see you soon. Bye bye, peace.